Yo, 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 yo.
Gray, what's up,
What
man?
is going on, COD Familia?
Yo, it's the balls. What's that? Oh, dude, that PFP is so wild, man. I just noticed that PFP is wild. Oh my gosh. Man, and let me turn you up. Okay, dude. First and foremost, man, thank you so much for making some time for us. I know it was a little late right now, but again, I want to talk to you about quite a bit. First and foremost, just so I can kind of get the record here, are you still in the Diplo chat there for KvK1?
Yes.
You are. Okay. Okay. Awesome. Okay. So again, I want to get your take on some of this too, but let me start with what I was mostly interested in, and I know this is going to be great to hear from you to kind of get someone who's in KvK1, who's not necessarily directly connected because you are on the other team, with kind of how everything went down. There's a little bit more context there, but let me start with again, right? So for the fam out here, right? Are you, because again, I know Abda was kind of leading MFD at one point. I know he's kind of stepped back and he's not necessarily that active or not playing anymore. Are you officially R5? Are you co-leading with anyone there in MFD in 77? What's kind of the leadership setup there at the moment?
So after like an internal vote we did, I did eventually end up taking up as R5.
Okay. Okay, awesome. So you're the head honcho in that case. That makes things a little bit easier and more direct for me. With that, I want to know, what were your expectations coming into this KvK season? What KvK did you guys think you were going to get put in? Like KvK 4, 5, 3? Was there an expectation at all at any point?
I mean, honestly, I don't even think we would have been in like KvK 3 or 4. Our power is only about like 14 billion. I mean, I haven't seen what KvK 4 looked like. But I mean, anything like 4 and below, we would have definitely like. I was just expecting it. I was like watching Gun stream on the side. I had my phone out, looking at my own KvK matchup,
Yeah.
and then once it like hit 5 seconds until reset, obviously with a stream delay, I see mine first. I was like, oh god, I see 77. I was like, okay, so that's obvious. But then I look up to the TV and see Gunstream is also 77. I'm like, wait, am I tweaking? I had to like close stream out and then close put it back on and look at my phone again. I was like, wait a second, I am literally in the same KvK. I'm in KvK 1. So then immediately I just like start spam pinging Abdo. I was like, bro, you're not gonna believe this. He spawns in out of nowhere, and then the whole VC just starts filling up.
Jeez. Oh,
I
okay.
put an announcement out saying, so we're in KvK 1, guys. I don't know how that happened, but we're in KvK 1.
Jeez. Okay. So again, and just kind of looking at some of the numbers, right? I mean, you got some 14 bills, some 12 bills, KvK 6, but KvK 5 feels like it's probably a little bit more up your guys' speed. There's like between 14 and 17. So it feels like probably KvK 5, KvK 6 might have been a bit more appropriate. But you're saying that's basically how you found out. So you guys find out. What was the immediate reaction, not only from you, from your management team, from your player base there in 77 and MFD? What was the immediate reaction, I guess, starting with maybe you, the leadership, and kind of working your way down to the members?
So at first it was just members, because I was like, all right, guys, I'm just gonna be chilling in VC. If you all want to join in, just join in. It wasn't really like a whole leadership thing.
Hmm. Okay.
So it was just me in VC for like 10 minutes before reset, and then like near reset, Barracuda shows up, and then some other people start showing up, getting ready, like the pre-KvK hype. And then once obviously we see the matchup, and then everyone just starts losing their minds laughing, because there's just no way that we ended up in here. And then I ping Abda, obviously he spawns in, and then he's like, oh my god, he's just like losing his mind. I DM Pepe from NXW R5. I just send him like the crying emoji. Actually no, I send him the blue emoji with like eating a cookie. And then he just sends me like a skull crying emoji. I was like, so you down to carry us again or what? Because like ain't no way we're gonna be playing this. And it's like, oh, you got I don't know how Diplo's gonna end up. Like you got the Diplo link. I was like, bro, I don't even think anyone's like registering we were even in here. So he sends me the link and then it just all goes down.
Jeez.
It is, and then I think Fabe joined. Let's join. Josh joined. So they're basically two from my leadership.
Okay.
We just started talking. I was like, guys, give me 1 second. I got y'all. I did eventually No, then Abda cut me off saying, send him the link, trust. I was like, bro, you're not even supposed to be here. You're supposed to be like on vacation or something working. And he's like, no, bro, you trust me. It's like, okay, bro. I sent him the link to the Diplo, and then it was just all Diplo for like the next 3 hours.
Jeez. Okay, so before we get to some Diplo stuff, because I want to hear from you on how Diplo went down, with how it started, how you guys kind of got to that first initial resolution or solution, or even just matchup that was announced out. Again, what did any of your officers, what did any of your members, what were some of those first initial reactions as far as what were they saying? Was it just, WTF, dude, like we need to boycott, everyone needs to go in to submit support tickets to the devs? Was it, let's, a worst case scenario, like, we're just not even going to fight, we'll just take a pass season? Like what was some of it? Was it just frustration? Was it disappointment? Was there some anger there, confusion? What was it from some of the people there?
So funny enough, the first reactions didn't even come from current members in MFD. It actually came from people that left MFD like this previous season.
Okay.
I started like the alliance chat that because we have some friends from previous seasons where we just leave them the perms for the main alliance chat so we can
Cool.
still talk to them without having going to a different channel. They just start freaking out, saying, "Bruh, I leave MFD because I want to go to like KvK 1, KvK 2." And now MFD's in KvK 1.
Yeah,
It's a huge bro moment because some people did leave to Milk, others went to NXW, others went to IMFS, others went to WB. So basically, our members that left us are now in our same KvK, besides like the 2 people that went to Milk. So it's just like everyone just reunited again. And then eventually our members started like waking up, realizing what I pinged out, and then they just start losing their minds. But it's not like anything like bad. They're just losing their minds laughing. They're just sending like crying, laughing emojis. Heart's basically saying that he's just gonna like chill. There's another free mana zone. And I was like, guys, don't worry. If we have a neighbor in zone 1, we have Hunt. Like, if it comes down to it, we will at least have somebody to like help us out. But then I realized, like, wait a second, what's Hunt's power? I look it up and it's like, bro, it's a 20 bill. So I was like, bro, this is just gonna be free eats for anyone that fights us. So then Diplo starts happening, but that's a different topic.
Okay. Interesting. So you guys feel that it's more of it's more of you guys, I guess. God, what's the right way to say this?
It's more hilarious than us just getting mad.
Well, it is. No, absolutely. But it's more of almost like you guys kind of think, I guess, based on that, you kind of feel almost to an extent where it's like, man, it's like nothing to lose. We can just go out there and fight to our heart's content,
Yeah, I mean,
like,
people
like no one's
aren't
gonna be
gonna
mad at us or
expect
call
much
us.
of us.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, almost kind of like you're playing with free money, like house money, so to speak, this season.
Basically.
Yeah. Jeez. Okay. Hang on. I have, apparently there is a. Okay. Hang on.
Oh, I see the Abda message.
Yeah, hang on. Okay.
You have to respond to that one now. He slid you a 5.
This guy have to play. Please play the video. I DM'd you. Let's just okay. I had to watch it first. It's not that bad. So let me see here. I'll play it. What is it? Oh, what happened? Let me see. Okay.
There he goes. Oh shit!
So he's stealing your crypto wallet, trust.
Spike, it's okay.
Oh, and hang on.
Oh god.
Is this okay?
Spike.
I wouldn't recommend playing the audio, but you can leave what's happening.
Oh, Spike. Okay. No. It didn't sound bad. It didn't sound. I think it was just saying that. Okay.
This does illustrate Diplo chat perfectly.
Okay, it's not bad. All right, interesting. Abda has some just got some interesting taste there. Did we hear her? No, I did not. I muted. I did. Like I said, I wasn't sure. Well, all I heard was.
Yeah, I would not recommend playing the actual audio of that video.
No. We did not play. All I heard was Spike. Like she was calling the name for that individual.
Yeah, I would have. Yeah, don't play the audio of that.
That's all we heard.
You can play it. You can play it like one off stream or something. But I mean.
Yeah.
It doesn't say anything crazy besides like an F-bomb, but I don't know how that would like.
Oh yeah, no. Yeah, that's not that bad.
Okay.
Okay, this is yeah, dear Lord. Yeah, thankfully it's okay. Thankfully, we took the conservative approach on that one. Okay.
That completely threw us off there.
So okay, but you get to a point, like we said, you're playing with house money at this point. There's you guys don't necessarily feel like there's any pressure really on you at this point. So, oh, okay, so talk me through Diplo. Who made the Discord? Was it Jason who set everything up?
I have no idea who created the Discord. All I got was the link.
Okay, gotcha. So, okay, so you're in the Discord. How long does it take for just essentially for at least one representative from each kingdom to join up? Was it pretty quick?
I think it was like 20 minutes, 30. No, definitely less than half an hour.
Okay.
But I think the longest one we had to wait for was NTS. They were like the last person to show up. So we were just like introducing ourselves, just saying hi, what's up, until like NTS spawned in, and once they came in, then Diplo just went down from there.
Okay, gotcha. So wait, hang on. When NTS spawned in?
So yeah, because he joined and then just said hi, and then Diplo just started.
After okay. It wasn't because of NTS. Okay.
No. He just spawned in because we were just talking, and then he just says hi. I was like, oh, okay, so we can get started.
Okay, gotcha. So it starts. How long does it take at this point for Diplo to play out there in KvK1? I mean, again, right? We have some screens here, but how long does it take for Diplo to essentially play out there in the beginning when it comes to oh, here, you want me to switch? Here, I'll switch. You want to take that off, sweetie? There you go. So let's take this off. But how does it take essentially for Diplo to play out until, kind of that initial resolution, or it feels like you guys are getting a little bit closer to an answer?
So the initial Diplo didn't even start until I think Jason said that they were not allying YSS. Like their first message was like, I'm not allying YSS. So then I just responded with, I'm not allying IMFS. I'm not allying with Jason, basically. Just like to throw him back. I mean, I don't really have much to lose, so I just thought it would be funny just to throw that out there.
Okay, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. And then WB, I think, said they weren't allying NTS. I forget exactly how those two went down.
Okay.
But gotcha. Then I was like, that was just a joke. Don't worry about it. I mean, if we had the ally Jason, I mean, I'd be down for it.
Okay.
After that, it went to waiting a little bit for Paradise to bring up the kingdom stats of each one and then putting it on the board. That took about like 10 minutes.
Okay.
Once we saw that, people started like debating, okay, why do we do this? What do we do that? Then Jason shows up and says WB, NXW, and then IMFS. I was like, bruh, that NXW, Abda said that's an immediate Diplo win. Like, that's just not happening. And I was like, bro, we're just going to get zone locked off rip. Like, it's not even fair. WB said, okay, we won't zone lock you. I was like, all right, that's fine, but it's still a Diplo win regardless, because if once final zone opens, we're just going to get targeted. It's free eats.
Yeah.
Hunt at this point didn't show up until a little bit later. They showed up probably about a minute later, and then they said something, and then I was like, okay. They were basically just agreeing with what we thought would be a good idea. I was like, you guys also have to do, like, you have to say something too. I mean, we're technically the smaller one. I mean, if you start like saying something, it's not like I could press y'all.
Yeah.
And basically it was like, okay, we both agreed to like whatever seemed to be like decently fair for us for at least final zone we would take. And we're like, because that was happening outside of the actual 6v the Six Kingdom chat.
Oh, okay.
So then WB proposes WB, NXW, IMFS versus all plus do not zone lock. Or we could do WB, YSS, Hunt, and MFD versus everyone else. Jason basically said he liked the first one better. Abda immediately claps back saying that's just a Diplo win. Jason saying it's not a Diplo win. And then it's just basically going back and forth with us and NXW versus Jason saying how that was a Diplo win for probably about like 20 minutes. We were stuck there just trying to like convince him how that was a Diplo win, how that wasn't a Diplo win. And then Jason was like, I'm just not going to ally with Dark. And I was like, okay, I'm just going to send an invite to Dark, see what he says. And that never happened because, I mean, I don't even have Dark added as a friend, so it's not like I could send him anything. Then it basically just goes into a stalemate where no one's saying anything about Diplo. I think it stays for like that for about 20 to 30 minutes. Then finally we get back on track. Nothing really happens. It still becomes WB, YSS, MFD, NTS, IMFS, NXW, or the WB, IMFS, NXW with no zone invasion. Eventually, we start saying, okay, what if we just do like left versus right? And we wait like 5 minutes for Paradise to get the stats on board. Everyone sees it and is like, that's pretty fair because we don't get zone locked. YSS, or not YSS, NTS or TFS or IMFS wouldn't get zone locked and they would have fights off rip. YSSS would obviously not have fighting, but they would have a pretty decent advantage of being able to fight in final zone, being them having 0 deads and having a bunch of elixir stocked up. And then I talked to Hunt R5, Mr. T, saying, hey, if we take this, it's literally our best option. And they're like, no, I like the idea of being able to fight in zone 2. I was like, bro, we're not going to be able to survive a fight in zone 2 versus NXW or WB. It's just not happening. It's not realistic. So then they're like, okay, what do you think? I was like, we have to take this WB NXW if we want to at least be able to play the whole KvK in some capacity. But he eventually convinced them, and then it was everyone. YSSS agreed, NTS agreed, WB agreed, NXW agreed, we agreed, Hunt agreed, and it was just Jason. So Jason was like, okay, let me go to VC with my R4s and let's talk about it. They spend probably about 20 minutes, not even 20, I think 10 to 15 minutes. And they agree, they come back and say, okay, so we did a duck race and we're not doing it. And then the whole Diplo chat just lost their mind. Saying, what do you mean you just did a duck? What do you mean you just did a duck race to decide if it was worth it or not? And then
hang on. like a mini game online duck race or something.
Yeah. So there's 3 ducks. They put 3 different options up there, and whichever random RNG duck won would be what they would go for. So then, yeah, Diplo chat loses her mind. Mainly Abda lost his mind, saying, bro, you're throwing the whole KvK because of a duck race. And eventually, his R4s did convince him that it would be a good idea to ally Dark and take the WB, MFD Hunt, and NXW like left versus right.
Okay.
KvK, as it would be the most optimal, and everyone agreed to it besides us. So then that happened.
Okay.
That was literally day 1 KvK Diplo that lasted like 3.5 hours.
Interesting. Okay. So in the end, you're saying everyone except your team was like on board.
No,
for...
IMFS.
Okay.
Jason was the only one that did not want to do this.
Okay. But then you're saying eventually what happened is either the R4s convinced him or something happened, and then he eventually got
his
on
R4
board.
team in voice chat eventually convinced him that just to take it because it was literally everyone versus him, and he was literally the one delaying this Diplo, and people wanted to go to sleep.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, so there might have been, I guess, a little pressure in a sense of trying to get everything done shortly after reset before people started knocking out.
Yeah, because there were some people that had like 4 a.m. because I mean they stayed up at reset, which was 1 a.m. and they stayed up 3 hours additional for Diplo that was going nowhere.
Got you.
That was just going in circles over and over and over.
Did anyone in KvK1 Diplo suggest or recommend or say, look, let's just summarize where we are right now and let's pick this back up at this time is when we'll kind of restart having conversations? Did anyone just say like, hey, let's take a recess, let's summarize where we're at so everyone is up to date and nobody has to go backtrack, and then let's take a whatever it is, a 4-8 hour break, and then let's bring this back at a certain time? Like, did anyone just suggest kind of a pause at any point or no?
No, that only really happened in the middle of Diplo. Like WB would have like randomly just keep sending like a summary of Diplo every once in a while because a random R4 from a different like kingdom would show up and say, "Hey guys, what's happening?" and then they would just copy and paste. That would be the only summary in Diplo that we would have gotten.
Okay.
And I don't think there would have been like another like chance, knowing what I know like today, that all six of or all seven of us would be online at the same time.
Well, I mean, if all seven of you guys were online, I imagine it would have been a little after reset. This sounds like so. I mean, the potential, I guess, for that happening,
It
the
would
day.
probably be like a few hours before
Yeah,
reset, considering how we had some people at 1 a.m. for reset.
got you. Quick question: did anyone at any point say or think to have at least one main rep from each team, or if it was two main reps from each team, say like, hey, these are the hours I'll be available tomorrow, and like everyone just post their hours real quick so you guys could figure out what like a good cross time would be to basically re-pick back up the discussion at some point later on, or no, that wasn't
No,
suggested or
no one
mentioned at
ever
all.
suggested of
Oh,
doing like continuing Diplo a different day.
okay.
The only thing we had was whoever the R5 was of that kingdom, their word was basically gospel. So if
Hmm.
they said something, it was because the entire alliance said this.
Okay. Okay.
So let's say, for example, like Fluffy's like a IMFS R4. If he said, "Oh, we're allying," if Jason didn't say it, it's not true.
Okay.
hmm
Okay. Interesting. So, and then I'm curious. I mean, how many reps were in there per kingdom, at least outside of what you would say, what you'd consider to be either the main R5 or the main Diplo person who's speaking for the kingdom?
Personally, I didn't really count,
Okay.
but for IMFS, I believe they had five. You had Vico, Calvary, Fluffy. I forget who else was there, but I know they had about 3 to 5. WB had about the same. NTS was just the R5, and I think one other. YSSS was Tomato. For us, it was just me and Abda.
Okay.
For Hunt, I believe there's 2 to 3.
Okay. Okay. Because I think I saw there might have been about 20 people or so in there, at least from one screen. I don't know what the total, I guess, would be. Maybe that could have just been from online. But okay. So, I mean, let me ask you: what are your thoughts are on just generally speaking, looking at how it initially played out, and then obviously getting to the fallout? What are your thoughts on how many people do you think should have been representing each kingdom in there? Should it have just been one? Should it have been two or more, but only one person could talk? Like now that you've seen how the KvK one Diplo has played out, again, despite if you were in one before, but for this one, again, would you yourself have changed anything with just kind of the maybe the rules of engagement?
Well, what do you mean by fallout? Like, what do we know like today,
No,
or like
no, just based on how the
post day
Diplo,
one?
yeah, based on from when it started to till now. Like, do you think it would have helped at all if it was just one rep per kingdom allowed to speak, or it was okay, but maybe they just should have summarized more often. Maybe there should have been a break. Maybe if they were going to have two or more people speak, it should have been at certain points. We know, like, was there too many chefs in the kitchen? Do you have any thoughts on that as far as kind of how, from what you saw, because you were there, right? You have a firsthand account. You were eyes on.
Personally, I mean, I didn't really see too much of an issue with the amount of players that were
Okay.
or people that were talking, because the other R5s wouldn't really take into account what the R4 says, besides just some simple advice. They brought up a stat sheet, they'll be like, okay, you see, this is this and that, and if they recommended this in this matchup, they'll be like, okay, what does everyone else think?
Hmm.
And basically, from each kingdom, only really one person was talking at a time, besides another R4 saying, hey, you sent the wrong one on accident. You should have sent this one. Or basically saying, we're in VC right now. Give us 1 second.
Hmm.
So no one was really overlapping each other with like the amount of R4s per kingdom had. So I
Okay.
think it was fine.
Okay. So you don't
Um,
feel that it negatively impacted. That's where I'm kind of getting at. Like it didn't seem like it
no,
did. Okay.
if anything, I would have wanted NTS to have at least one other person besides the R5, because he would just say one thing and then disappear, and then we're like, okay, where's NTS at?
Okay. Okay. I got you. I
So
got you.
I mean, I would just hope like having too many people is not that bad as long as only one person at a time is talking.
Okay. Okay.
But the lack of people was a bit annoying because you had Tomato, who was just him at the time, at least in the early half of Diplo, it was literally just him.
Hmm.
He said hi and then probably didn't say a single thing unless you pinged him.
Okay. Okay. So
So
what does that mean? Does
yeah,
that mean like Dark was there or someone else was there mostly
no,
doing
Dark
it?
was not there.
Oh,
If
okay.
Dark was there, Diplo would have been even worse.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
We probably would have not even finished Diplo that day. We for like the left versus right, we basically all agreed to saying do not let Jason and Dark talk to each other.
Wait, did people actually type that out in the Diplo chat?
Everyone just said don't let these two talk to each other and we should be fine.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
And Jason was like, if I had to talk to Dark, it's just not happening.
Okay.
And then we were like, okay, so as long as this rule gets fulfilled, it should be fine.
Okay. Interesting. I mean, listen, at least everyone is in unison on something.
Yeah, yeah. At least that was one thing we could agree on like immediately.
Mm.
Only if Diplo was that easy.
Oh, geez. Okay. So you guys come to your first agreement. Everyone's now. I'm curious from the YSS perspective. Did you see? Were there any reservations? Was there anything from the YSS side that you saw where they were like, like we're not really 100% on board, but F it, we'll just kind of go with it? Or was it more of like, no, we are on board, yes, or it was just yes, we're down? Like there wasn't any doubt that anyone from the YSS team put out when it came to that initial agreement.
So initially, when we weren't talking about like the left versus right,
Mhm.
they were just down for like anything.
Okay.
And once we got to the left and the right, they were like, wait a second, we won't get any fighting for like the 3/4 of the season, but it is the only matchup that's fair and allows everyone to safely, without like stress and like nerfing everybody else, get into final zone. So after like probably about 5 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes, they came back and said, okay, we're down, for the left versus right.
Okay.
And we have like an agreement, message from him saying YSS, is down for the left versus right. So basically, in like his own statement is, we're good for left versus right. We're down for it. Even if it means less fighting, it should provide a fun final zone.
Okay. And just to confirm, though, like there was not any reservations, there wasn't any doubt, or YSS saying, no, we don't really like this. We kind of feel like we're getting forced into it. Like there wasn't that impression that you necessarily got. It was more of no, like you probably thought, oh, they went to go talk about it, they figured it out, and they came back with a yes.
Crazy thing, from the left versus right, YSS was the first one out of their three to say they agree.
Okay.
Then came NTS, and then obviously we had to convince Jason for probably about an hour.
Okay. I mean, to be fair,
But
he was
for the
probably
left
trying to sell
versus
Pokemon
right,
cards at the same time. So
yeah. From our side, it was NXW first agreed, then I agreed, and then WB was just waiting to see if someone else agreed.
okay.
Once YSS agreed, they say, okay, it's the majority. We agree as well.
Okay.
WB is basically down for anything that the majority wanted.
Okay. Okay. Gotcha. So, I mean, that helps clarify a little bit because, my thing is based on at least what was shown earlier. You might have thought to yourself, okay, well, I think that would have been a fair question to ask given the, I'll just say,
Given what we know now.
exactly what we know now with how things have transpired and YSS effectively opting to go solo. I would be curious if they had shared any reservations, if they said anything about, oh, we're not really 100% in on this, but it's just because the majority's going with it, we're going with it, kind of a thing. So to know that that was not the case, I mean, again, that I think provides a little bit more context and sheds light. So we get to the stage of they first agree, everything is set. When did you start noticing that things were like getting a little iffy or like the boat started rocking? I imagine that probably happened at some point this morning or today, but how did that look in chat?
So basically this morning I woke up to an @everyone ping from tomato, or not tomato. Is it tomato? No, I don't even remember. But the YSS R5, saying, "Hey guys, would you be interested in redeploying?" And I mean, no one said anything, besides obviously the at everyone. So I just throw like an emoji out, basically just to like clear up chat and have someone respond to something. And no one really said anything.
Okay.
So it was just like, what now? It did eventually take a minute for someone else to say something, which was Jason. He eventually chimed in, and Fluffy chimed in. WB people started chiming in, and it was just like on our side. Pepe was like, "We already made build plans, strategies, final zone strategies, zone 2 strategies, zone 3 strategies. Like redeploying would just completely cook all of our officers' times,
Yeah.
and members would not be happy because they're already hyped to fight, let's say IMFS, for example, and WB NTS. So we redeployed, it would be like we would have to retract everything what we stated and then fix discords and do all that all over again.
Okay.
And
Okay.
then
I've been watching
Jason
for.
chimed in saying, if there's going to be a redeploy, I want NXW, WB,
So,
IMFS, YSS
let me see.
versus YSS, MFD, Hunt, NTS.
What is it?
And it was like
Oh
Pepe
shit!
jumped in saying, "Bro, we already talked about this for like 2 hours.
Oh,
It's a
hang on.
Diplo win if we do something like that.
Is
We're
this
not
okay?
gonna do that." And it was basically day 1, but day 2 again.
Jeez.
So
Wow.
so that was something. It was just Jason and Pepe going at, like back and forth for probably about half an hour to an hour.
Oh, jeez.
And then WB Eliga woke up, and then she's like, the season hadn't even started, but if anyone opposes the rediplo, um we can't do it because everyone here agreed on in writing basically that
Yeah.
we're down for the KvK, and changing it is too late now. Jason immediately responds saying that he's down to rediplo. YSS obviously agrees, saying they want to rediplo. Pepe jumps in saying they don't agree, and I'm just here watching because I'm like, even if I say I don't want to rediplo, it's not like, I mean, MFD is really going to do too much regardless on what side. So I was just waiting for WB to say something. It was just Jason and Pepe going back and forth. Jason bringing like random like one-liners from WB, even though like straight out of no context. He was like, "Bro, that's not what he said. If you read the context, it actually says something completely different, but you're just like singling something out." Then NTS jumps in saying, "We don't really care. We just want a fun season. If we need a rediplo, it's fine. But I mean, I just don't see any other KvK matchup that would be relatively fair."
Jeez. So.
And then basically once NXW said they're not going to rediplo, WB says, "Okay, if NXW is not rediploing, we're not going to rediplo." And then I jump in saying, "Okay, if they're not rediploing, we're not rediploing." So yeah.
Interesting. So what was so NTS was kind of just, I guess, similar to you guys. It was just kind of a watch, and
Yeah, he was just waiting for the opportunity to say something because nothing when chat was said for like 10 minutes, and then they jumped in saying, "Okay, we're just down for whatever. If you need to do something,
NTS,
do it."
bro, like just the people's champ, man. They're just, man. Was it Mark? Was Mark the one?
Yeah, he was the
Okay.
only one from NTS.
Okay. And I'll say, man, like I don't know if you've had conversations with Mark before. I mean, I've talked to Mark quite a few times, and Mark very much within NTS kind of gives me that, like, man, we're just like we're as cool as cucumbers, man. Like we're just gonna like go with the flow and not like make any waves, but you know, we obviously want, you know, what's best for the entire KvK. So that sounds pretty on brand for Mark. Just like, man,
Yeah, this
dude,
was my
NTS
first time
watching
actually
like,
interacting with him.
Yeah, they're like, oh my god, what's this shit show that's unfolding right now in front of us?
Yeah, he was like, "You guys do you. Once the dust settles, we would say something. I mean,
Yeah.
like whoever's left standing, we'll just go there."
Oh jeez. Oh my gosh. So this transpires, and obviously, again, I'm going to read through some of the Diplo chat here in a little bit, but you get to a point where it comes to a head. Now, I'm curious for you, from what you saw, because some of the screens I saw was talking about the whole 306 million merit thing, and that kind of ended up being the thing that seems to have broke the camel's back. Obviously, we'll go and take a little bit more of a specific look at that here in a moment. But what are your general thoughts? I don't know if you had a chance to read up on any of that or anything else that you felt factored in. How did it look to you? Did it seem like that was a big deal? Should one way or the other, one option or the other, you felt was more appropriate? It should have been something else. What's your take on that?
So personally, I haven't really read through the whole
Okay.
Diplo chat they had, so I mean, I can't really put a statement on that.
Okay, fair enough. So, given what you know now, I'm curious. Now that YSS has basically declared this, to best of your knowledge, what's the current state of affairs there in KvK1? Like, is it NTS and IMFS, and it's still U4, and it's basically a 4v2v1? Is that what it is, or does it look like it's something else?
Well, the thing with the whole YSS situation is that we didn't know up until probably I don't know if you were checking Guns' stream, but once he immediately streamed. About 5 minutes before he streamed, Jason put a ping out to all of us, telling us that YSS has went solo and is no longer part of the team.
Yeah.
So if anyone wants to reorganize Diplo or something, to shoot your shots.
Oh, interesting.
And basically we're
no.
Basically, so no one basically said anything besides just saying, why did YSS not say that, and why did you have to say that?
Everyone's like,
because
we
thought he was trolling or something.
Okay.
Because we didn't get any explanation to why YSS left, besides Jason just saying, "Oh, he left."
Oh, jeez.
So we're like, why couldn't he just tell us himself?
Oh, I see. So you're saying when Jason came back, there wasn't any kind of explanation or reasoning to say, oh, well, this is what we were talking about. They feel this way. We feel this way. We couldn't come to agreement. So this is what happened. They opted to leave. Like, there wasn't that level of an explanation.
Literally, he said, I've come to inform you YSS has chose to go solo.
Oh, jeez.
So we were like, okay, well, why isn't YSS saying it? Are you what was the issue?
Yeah.
And Jason really didn't tell us anything about it.
Okay, so basically, from your perspective,
we were left
all four of you found out on the stream.
But yeah, once Guns started streaming, I just bruh. So Guns just went live with the YSS chats, and then everyone in Diplo and our side was like, well, now what? Now we have to go on stream and read everything to see why this is happening.
Oh my gosh, jeez. Oh, so to be clear, what Guns showed on stream wasn't like your guys' main Diplo chat. It was just their team's Diplo chat.
Correct. It was their own ally chat.
Okay.
It was NTS, YSS, and IMFS only.
Okay, got you. And that's what it looked like, but I wasn't, because I was in and out and kind of going from work back just to viewing. That's, again, some people were saying that, and that's, I guess, kind of how it looked. But, okay, that's nice to know that that's exactly what it was. So you're reading all this for the first time. Again, is there any sense or idea of what the lay of the land is right now? Like, what are the current state of affairs there?
Well, if you want the 100% honest truth, literally the last conversation we had in the Discord was talking about Pokemon. So, so you can guess what the current state of affairs is.
Okay. It's deflect until it comes to a head. Got it.
I did ask NTS what was their stance, because if YSS went solo.
Yeah.
Then what about them? They're like, oh, we're still allied with YSS and IMFS. So I was like, wait, so you're helping them two out, but YSS is only helping you. And obviously IMFS is not going to be happy with YSS, so they're going to fight. So what's happening there? And then I just never got a response from that.
Oh, jeez.
So,
okay.
So and then it just devolved into Pokemon talk.
Yeah.
So yeah. So I still don't know who NTS is allied with. Like, what's happening? Is it like a 3v1v1v1 or like what's happening? Literally, no one has said anything officially.
Okay. Interesting. So basically, since you found out, there hasn't been any kind of continued talk on that potential rediplo conversation, or really anything else as far as kind of just going forward. Yeah,
basically, I mean, I think Diplo is kind of cooked. Like, okay. I don't think it's happening.
Gotcha. So at least based on where things stand, then it essentially is, in your guys' eyes, a 4v2v1, unless something else comes of it.
Personally, I don't really know what you would call this. I mean, NTS is allied with YSS and IMFS, who are both each other's allies, at least from what Jason's talking about.
Yeah.
So I don't really know what would you call it. Would you call it like a 3v2v2 or something, like a 4v2v2?
Yeah.
I don't really know what would you call it.
Oh, okay.
But
I see what you mean. Okay.
yeah, because
So-
NTS would be obviously allied with YSS, but at the same time also allied with IMFS. But each other, they're fighting each other. So
Oh, I see. Okay. So it's okay. I
yeah.
see. So YSS kind of is just wanting to double dip, basically.
I
Or
don't really
maybe.
know what their whole like goal
Or
is.
sorry, I mean YSS. Excuse me, not IMFS. But YSS is almost kind of saying like that we want to double dip. We want to fight. Like we want our cake and we want to eat it too, kind of a situation. But I guess
Yeah,
it
I mean,
depends if that's their view.
they want fighting. They want fighting, and they're gonna get fighting.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
if it means they're gonna have to like switch up on IMFS, I mean, to get their fighting, then they gotta do what they gotta do.
Yeah. Okay.
But NTS is just like, I mean, that's not my problem. Like, if you guys have issues, then you guys solve it.
Okay. Okay. Well, I mean that helps clarify some things. So I appreciate that, balls. Let me. I guess if I was to end on anything, who would you, how would you have done the KvK one? Would you have just said like, let's just remove MFD, let's remove Hunt, and let's just put another strong sixth kingdom in here? And if so, who would you have replaced you and Hunt with to make it an even six?
Well, I know people were saying, "Oh, just throw Milk in here," but Milk isn't a full 200, and that does like show obviously like versus these top KvKs. I mean, you're gonna need all 200 players. Obviously, you're not gonna get 200 online, but even if they get 150 online, that's more than your entire alliance, and your entire alliance is not gonna be online.
Gotcha. Okay, so you probably would have rather had like WAO or someone like them.
Yeah, basically someone as high as 200 members, but also being around 30 bill.
Okay. Okay, fair enough.
But I mean, having us and Hunt in here is just kind of selling the whole KvK. So, I mean, I don't really know why we're here. I mean, we're here for the ride, I guess.
Right. It's like a tag along.
And spectating the whole KvK, like the KvK Diplo, I think it was already worth it.
Yeah.
So.
Wow. All right, man. Well, geez, I appreciate the
time. Fluffy did say hi, so I had to throw that out there.
Okay, yeah, man, yeah, dude, shout out to Fluffy, man. He was so cool to meet. I told Fluffy when I met him at New York, I was like, dude, you just got like this super chill, like just cool as a cucumber vibe, because he was just so, I don't know if I want to say like straight face, but he was just so, I guess like chill, like almost relaxed, so to speak, the entire time, and just unbothered. That's a good word to use. He looked very unbothered by like anything when I looked at him or if I would come over and talk to him. It's just like he was just like, dude, I'm just chilling, I'm doing my thing, like whatever happens.
No, like I've talked to Fluffy literally before this interview. I was in the IMFS Discord in their VC.
Yeah.
And I mean, Fluffy was definitely kind of freaking out. Not freaking out, but he was really mad at all of IMFS R4s that were there. You had Guns, Vico, Fluffy, and all of them. They were there, and they were not happy with YSS, which is understandable. I mean, you're not even in KvK yet, and your allies already left.
Yeah.
And basically selling the entire KvK, and I mean, our side is just like, bruh. It's like, okay, so this is just like a free win, or is this like a fake out? YSS is just going to come out of nowhere in Final Zone and start going crazy? But like, what's happening?
Yeah. Well, you know what? You know what this reminds me of? And you might like this comparison. This reminds me of the Portal season. You remember the Portal season where the A's could fight against the two B's in that
I do remember that, yeah.
In that far left and far right zone 3. And what ended up happening? I mean, the A's cooked. Like it wasn't really a competition. Maybe for some of the smaller A's, you could make the argument for. But for like the stronger A's, thank you. Okay, thank you, Z-Bomb. Yeah, I was blanking right now on the season Age of Duality. Yes. If you looked at like the top KvKs where they had this, I mean, did they compete for a while? Sure. But at the same time, they also put in work, and you could clearly tell that like they had to kind of throw everything at those A seeds just to kind of
Yeah,
make it last as long
just
as they could.
that season is honestly pretty forgettable for me. I don't even remember who we fought. Like that season was so bad.
Yeah, but it's just.
But I do remember like the two B seeds fighting the A seed, at least in our level. It was just not happening.
Yeah.
Like those two guys just could not do anything about it. I forget if we were the A seed or B seed, but I do remember at one point we were at two different fronts.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like we weren't stressing out over it.
Yeah.
We were like, oh guys, just let them like take out 2 towers and I mean it'll be fine. So I'd assume we were like, oh MFD was to the NXW. Oh you're right.
I don't have an orange.
But it was like, I mean, it wasn't really fair. Like that whole KvK was just like, even if both B seeds pulled up, it just wasn't happening.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I mean, probably that would happen with the same season here. Like if us and Hunt pulled up like on NXW or WB for example. I mean, it was just not happening either. I mean, we would not. I just don't think we could do anything about it, especially once territory started touching. I mean,
Yeah.
WB's 40 billion power. I mean, we're only 15 and then 20. That's already double our power. So I mean, it would be Raps regardless. NXW, I mean, they're crazy, so that would be Raps. They're 31 bill, but they definitely hit harder. They hit really hard for their account size. And then I mean, then you have Jason. I mean, Jason's kind of a noob, so I mean, he wouldn't really do too much.
All right. Well, no, man. I appreciate you coming on and telling us a little bit about your guys' perspective in KvK1, and I mean, it seems very similar to what Mr. T said from Hunt, and yeah, I don't know. I guess I just feel very. To me, it was shocking. So I can only imagine to you guys and Hunt, and I know kind of what Mr. T explained, and I can only imagine it's a little bit more amplified from your own perspectives, especially because you guys are there in it and you know what's going to end up coming up. So, yeah, man. I mean, it's that. So let me see here. Okay,
yeah, I watched the Mr. T interview.
Oh, yeah.
He basically had like the same thoughts as I did. I mean, like when he said, "What are we doing here?" Like, yeah, I mean. What are we doing here? This is kind of like,
yeah, what are we doing?
you know what I mean? Like, why are we kind of here? Like, yeah, our account power is pretty, like, we're pretty power dense because, I mean, we have, like, 85 members, and all 85 are pretty stacked. And, they're all fighters. But the thing is, I mean, you have 14 billion versus 40 billion, and you have over double our members. I mean, even if all of us pulled up, you would only have to show up with half of your members. And I mean, even then, we would just get steamrolled.
Yeah.
And then we couldn't really do bashing fights because we don't have anyone with max decos. So.
Yeah. I mean,
it would just get fried.
You're preaching. Okay. Before I let you go, I got a couple community questions for you. So far, first question is, why are your balls gray?
If you know, you know. About it. You had to be like a season 1 OG. In server 31, if you know, you know.
Okay, I mean, I thought I'd get a little more out of that, but okay. All right. So Nippert asked.
He tried to find out the lore behind the name.
The lore, yeah.
But to keep it like a buck.
Yeah.
This name did carry over from like Rock.
Okay.
I had this name in Rock, so I was like, you know what? I'm not even gonna think of a new name. I'm just gonna bring it over.
Okay. All right. Respect. Nice. Okay. I mean, nice to have some nostalgia coming over with you. Next one I got here is, okay, Nippert asked, what are your thoughts on Dark?
I mean, personally, I never really interacted with him besides like during the Road League thing.
Yeah.
And I mean, he was a Giga troll. I mean, I just troll him back, so I mean, it's not really too much of an issue. I don't hate the guy, but I do love trolling him.
Yeah. Did you play in that road match?
I did not.
Okay.
So I couldn't play at all during League because I was at work. So yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Okay.
I did miss out on the skin, but I mean, it's like I either work or I get a virtual skin.
Okay. I mean, to be fair, and rationally and logically, it makes sense why you chose one over the other.
Yeah, it's like I either get money and survive, or I get fired for a virtual Lilith skin.
Yeah, it seems like a no-brainer. Okay, next one. Yohei wants to know, why are you so happy?
Why am I happy? I assume why am I happy with like this KvK?
Yeah. No.
I mean, I don't really know. Uh, I mean, I just find this whole situation funny. I get to obviously, leave zone 1, even though like the whole dip was like, oh, we wouldn't zone lock you.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, that's fine, but I mean that doesn't mean final zone where we just get free pass through. And I mean we get to play, we get to help everyone out. So far the whole ally from WB NXW has been really helpful, really like um zero drama. We just been basically like laughing this entire time. So I do like the team we got. And that's really about it. I mean, once I saw like how everyone was talking with each other, I was like, yeah, this is gonna be a good KvK. Be chilling.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Okay, let me see what else I got for you. Someone asked, GreyBallz, are you going to kick Abda?
He's already been kicked. How you think I got R5?
Okay. Next one, I got Wreckmore wants to know, what is MFD's goal looking forward on to future seasons? Stay in B, move to A?
I mean, personally, right now, I mean, definitely not going to A if KvK's Diplo is gonna be looking like this. But from what I've heard from Tiny, who's like in the smaller KvKs, it's not better there either.
Okay.
So I would probably want to stay around like mid tier, just so I can at least run into people that I do know, even if it does put me at the lower end. But at least I know them and I know how they work. Versus like going to a low seed and having no idea who's anyone else, and possibly like I could run into like Kyle and get cooked, or I could like run into like Pepe, WB, Captain. I could run into people that I'm familiar with, and it wouldn't be too much of an issue as long as I don't really run into like Jason, because Jason Diplos is kind of like annoying.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, if the COD community has to say anything with like Jason Diplo, is like you don't want Jason to do Diplo. I don't know why he's in this chat. This whole chat would have been like solved way sooner if Jason was not doing Diplo. But I do get why he was doing Diplo. I mean, he's co-R5, so.
Touche.
No hate on Jason. I just like trolling him.
There you go, my dude. Jinkies is the boy. Yeah, too. I'm telling you right now. The one thing I will forever remember about well, there's a couple things I remember about Jason from New York City, but the one thing I will remember absolutely is that, man, dude, that boy's tolerance level is through the roof. I don't know if I've ever seen anything like it.
Nah, Jason is definitely easy to bait.
Oh, yeah.
He's pretty easy to rage bait.
That's the homie. Okay. What else I got here for you? What do you think? Oh, dear God, Frizzy asked, what do you think about the McDonald's Big Arch Burger? What is happening right now?
I mean, shit. I haven't tried it recently. I mean, I haven't seen anything about it. I'm pretty sure the McDonald's I got like around here had like a rat infestation, so that got shut down or something. All I do know is that the McDonald's here got closed down, so it got cooked.
Okay, pun intended. Okay, what about? Let me see. Let me see. Well, okay, I'm just trying to see if there's anything else. Okay. Fushu asks, what's your opinion about your current allies?
They're goats. They made it pretty easy to just like go on autopilot. Honestly, I mean, I wake up and I see Pepe's crew being like, "Oh, hey guys," and then WB is like, "Hey, we've came to like a consensus that this is what we're gonna do, and we've already did like the whole build plan for you in Zone 3."
Oh,
I was like, "Let's go!" That relieves my one and only builder from having to worry about that. Let's go. I mean, if you're gonna be like doing stuff like that, I mean, shit, I might as well just be chilling around. I mean, you keep doing that, I mean, we'll show up. Because I mean, our R4 team went from like 10 people down to like 2. It was just me and Libra, and I was like, bro, if I can't get R4s, I'm cooked, and I'm gonna have to like disband MFD before like KvK started, and it was like with 4 days until matchmaking, and then I start like DMing everyone that I know that is like that's had previous R4 experience, and it's like, hey guys, I need you, or else we're gonna get fried. And thankfully they pulled up, they showed up, Shout out Cubone, who did like all the Zone 1 build plan, and we had a bunch of people like we did eventually group up and get MFD back to a running thing again.
That's awesome. I will say, I actually I absolutely love hearing stories like that because, again, I don't know. I know you said you played some rock, so I imagine you've probably been in some leadership positions or done some management in other kingdoms or other alliances before, and you probably know yourself how difficult it can be after you start in a kingdom and you got that season one hype, everyone's raring to go, everyone's excited, and then season after season after season, you kind of just slowly start depleting. You lose people in management, and you don't necessarily have you don't get like a one-to-one replacement. That's not really how it works. And
Mm-hmm.
again, unless you get merges, you're really doing some proactive recruitment. Like it can be hard to replenish your management staff. So the fact that you were able to get some people to come in and really help out, like, I mean, obviously congrats on that because I'll tell you right now, dude, like that's a testament to people who, can really encourage others to want to step up, to want to be involved because, that just doesn't usually happen that way, especially for kingdoms that have lasted for a long time. You guys have been in 77 for a while, and it can be difficult when you've been somewhere for, quite a bit to try and find some level of renewed motivation for people to want to step up and do management. So I'm sure that probably
Yeah.
felt good when it happened.
Oh, 100%. Like, I've played Rock for 4 years before I started playing this.
Yeah.
So there's already 7. That's like in total 7 years of playing these types, like from the Lilith game series. And obviously, after 4 years, I mean, just sticking around in the same kingdom because in Rock, I just stayed in that kingdom for 4 years straight, and eventually, I mean, I've seen like R4s quit. I've seen R5s quit. I've been through plenty of rotations of leadership in that kingdom. And then once I came into this game, obviously I had my own personal alliance that I ran as R5. Then I eventually had to disband it because Jason's alliance, SN, Dojo, and Rios were just so much bigger than they were like, oh, I'm just gonna head over here.
Oh gosh,
So
that
I was
was
like,
back
oh
in like
man,
the 30 days.
yeah, that was back day one. So I was like, man, so I had to disband this, and I mean, it sucked seeing my little alliance that I started for
Yeah.
probably more than half the season had to go. But then obviously I ran into Jason, I ran into Guns, I ran into so many people, and then that was 2 seasons. I eventually moved on. Then Jason did the whole S2 plus thing, and I mean,
Yeah.
after that, I went with Abda and stuck with him for about like 2 years.
Okay. Did you ever play with Abdon Rock?
No.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, because I know. Yeah, because
I
I know he
think I
played there for a bit.
remember. I don't remember if I do like if I've ever heard that like from Abda and Rock, but mainly because I just didn't really care too much about what other kingdoms were doing. I was
Gotcha.
just like caring about my own kingdom.
Yeah. No, absolutely, absolutely. Okay, I got a few more for you before I let you go, and we might actually be getting another interesting personality to join up. So Nippert asked, "What are your thoughts on the rumors of you and Pepe having a love relationship?"
Rumors. I thought that was true. What happened? Did we like break up or something?
Sweetie,
I haven't got a message.
Sweetie, cover your ears. Something is about to be said here.
I don't. I do not think we've broken up. So unless I'm missing a DM, the rumors are no longer are not rumors. They are true in facts. Wait, Pepe's cheating on Cookie? No. Cookie actually approved this.
Oh, I should start a matchmaking show. I need to get a bunch of ladies to step up. Okay, let me see what else I got for you here. Oh my God, Frizzy asked, "Does MFD stand for moist freaky dudes?"
So I'm down to actually rename it to that.
I'm actually now curious. What does it stand for? I don't know if I.
It's
even know this.
marked for death.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you gotta go. Okay.
So I mean, if we had to rename to moist freaky dudes, I mean, I'm down.
Just.
I'm 100% down.
Just switch it up. Just like change everything up now that you have control.
Yeah, I mean, I was like, as a joke, gonna rename MFD to like Balls Mafia.
Okay.
or just rename MFD to Noir, because I did steal the Noir tag. So one of our shows has that tag.
Oh my
So
gosh.
I was just gonna swap it around and just name main MFD to Noir, just to throw people off.
Oh my gosh. That is damn, dude, to have that tag, that is, yeah, man. That's, I mean, you know, yeah, no pun intended. That's ballsy to have that. Oh my gosh. Okay. Let me see what else I got for you here. If we have anything. Oh yeah. Okay. So, Sylvester says, should YSS go back to the G1 pool?
I mean, if it's the best for their alliance, then they got to do what they got to do. Personally, maybe just honestly, I think if Jason might get some flack for this, but if Jason wasn't doing Diplo, I think this would have been fine. Um, but at the same time, if we were able to just to choose where everyone was going to land, it also really wouldn't be an issue, because let's say for example that us and IMFS swap spots, or us and NTS swap spots, um, Diplo would have been way different, and I could have seen, way better possibilities. But with the map layout, I mean, you're kind of forced to do what you got to do.
Yeah. Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay. I think one of my last ones for you then. Machine Cods wants to know, GreyBallz, how did they let the War Leader machine from UHA yoink a dragon tiny rewards?
I do remember that, bro. That whole hour was hilarious, where they staffed in from the other side because
Mm-hmm.
they were behind the dragon and they just staffed over and they just yoinked it. We were so busy fighting at their bridge that we didn't even notice what happened until they actually captured it, where it said on the
Yeah.
top that UHA has stole the dragon. I was like, wait, what? And then we just started bomb rushing to the dragon, trying to recapture it.
Yeah.
It eventually never happened, and it got locked. It got closed, and then we had to do it again when it opened.
Yeah. Oh man, I mean,
But that was pretty funny.
Oh man, I remember covering that and watching the video that someone had sent me. I mean, it was pretty epic. Yeah.
It's probably one of the
Go get
best
napkin.
yoinks in to date. I haven't seen anyone do anything like that.
Oh yeah.
So that will still remain in COD history, regardless of how unless someone else does it, they did it first. So
Yeah.
it doesn't count.
No man, it was
If you weren't first, you're last, basically.
yeah. No, absolutely. I mean, listen, man, I'll say this. I don't think anyone's ever going to forget. I think that's a moment, absolutely. I think
MFD beating EIS for Row League skin is also possibly one of the biggest moments of all time.
Oh yeah. No. I mean, I think to be fair, that probably is number one for me. I don't really know.
Definitely. No,
I don't know what else
remember
you could
being
consider on that level.
I remember listening to the VC and Abda probably about to have a heart attack or something. Bro was hyperventilating.
Yeah.
He's he was going crazy. I was like, bro, calm down. I was at work, so I couldn't say anything.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was pretty funny.
No, man, absolutely. I mean, what I remember for me, why that's number one for me is because of one, how massively epic of a win that was, because literally no one had them winning that. And
yeah, the odds were 1 to 10 in
Yeah.
the betting, and I saw some guy cash out a huge amount of coins because he went all in on MFD.
Yeah.
So that guy made bank.
Yeah. And I mean, so that happens, and I just remember the Discord blowing up, and that was probably the single day where I saw the most amount of people ever in a Discord VC. I think it got to over 200 or whatever. I mean, it was pretty insane.
Yeah, that got full immediately. A lot of people got banned and muted that day. RIP to my boys.
Yeah. I can imagine. Yeah.
Dark started mass reporting, going crazy, just reporting any message that was just making fun of EIS, and the mods had to take it down.
Yeah.
Because you can't be calling people out and stuff like that, at least at that moment.
Yeah.
But it is definitely one of the. It's a moment to be momented, basically.
Oh yeah. No, I mean, yeah. No, well said. Well said. Well, all right, Grey. I'm going to leave you to it so I can go and get possibly one of your compatriots in here to have a conversation. And then I still got to get to reading some of these Diplo chats. But Thank
Oh,
you
he's
so
better
much.
bring Ada in.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate the time and you being willing to come on, man. This has been great.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
Of course, man. Of course. Thanks so much, man. I appreciate you joining us.
Yep. See you, chat. We are out.
All right. Take care.
Later.